What's up, everybody? It's your girl Sophia, and I'm reporting to you live from my new closet. If you can't hear the echo, it's a big room, you guys. So I'm not going to show you too much because I don't have everything completely ready yet, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. Let's see here. Okay, there's some stuff over here. Ooh, look at that space. Ooh, girl. Okay. So just to get an idea, it's huge. It's amazing. I love it. And I'm going to give you guys a full house tour. And all of that good stuff, probably my next video. So stay tuned for that because I'm really excited. I'm almost done getting everything set up in the new house, but this is probably my highest requested video ever is to talk about how my son reacted to our pregnancy. So I just wanted to give you a quick spoiler. Quincy is not going to be in this video. I'm just going to be telling you guys about his reaction to when we told him. Derek and I kept the moment, I guess, kind of private, because Quincy's at the age, and I'm sure moms and dads, you guys can kind of agree with me, your kids, he's 7, so he's kind of at this age where, of course, he's like conscious of YouTube, the internet, and whatever. Every kid is like totally conscious of that now at that age. And it's not that he doesn't like to be on camera, it's just that, especially in moments like this, I feel like I don't want to like secretly record him, a hidden camera or whatever, because I don't think the reaction would be like genuine. And I also didn't know how he was going to take the news because who knows, he's been my only child for forever. So I don't know. It was just a moment that we wanted to keep private and just genuine, I guess. So I hope you guys can kind of understand that and understand why I didn't like record it. But I am going to tell you guys exactly how he reacted and the total truth in that. So Derek and I decided to tell Quincy, we were going to do a whole video, like how I told Derek how I was pregnant, like with a scavenger hunt. I had even bought like a box of donuts. I was going to say like, mommy doesn't want to be the only one with a big belly and, all this stuff. Like I had a cute thing planned out. But as you guys know from not the last video, but the one before, I think I talked about how sick I've been. And it was really hard to keep from him because I just was literally puking all the time. So I feel like I had to tell him sooner than I kind of wanted to. And I also just thought it came pretty naturally. So Derek and I kind of just sat him down and we told him we had a surprise for him. And we basically just looked at him and said, mommy and Derek love each other very much and we love you very much. And, you're always our number one boy. We love you. Because for our kid to be an only child from me, I know he does have a sibling on his dad's side who is so cute, love him. And he's pretty close with his little brother and he gets to see him and talk to him a lot. But, it's different because on mom's side, he's always been my only baby. So I don't know. It was just it's kind of tough. I don't know. Maybe moms with kids that far apart in age, you guys can tell me how you felt about the situation because it was kind of hard for me. Like I'm telling my baby that I'm having another baby and I don't want him to feel any type of way or whatever. So we basically told him, he's always going to be like our number one boy and, we love him, he's our number one. So we sat him down and told him that, and he was like, yeah, I know. And we said, well, mommy and Derek have a surprise for you, and mommy is pregnant. And immediately his whole mouth was like, literally like, that's his first look was like, and I just looked at him and I was like, are you happy? And I kind of in that moment was glad that we didn't film it because I wasn't sure how he felt. And he was like, yeah, I'm happy and I'm shocked. And I don't think I've ever heard him use the word shocked. So I started laughing because I was like, what the heck? So Derek and I were kind of giggling at that. And we looked at him and we were like, okay, well, this is how far along I am. The baby is this big. I showed him my app so he could see like how big the baby was. And like I said, I've been really sick. So it was hard for him because he was like, mommy, are you throwing up? Like a few times in the mornings and afternoons. And I'd be like, no, honey, like just going to the bathroom. He said, I'm so shocked. And I gave him a hug and he touched my stomach. And it was really just a sweet moment. You could tell he was really surprised. I just don't think he was expecting that ever from us because we've never really talked to Q about it too much because you know, we didn't know if it was ever going to be like a possibility for us to have a child. So it wasn't something that we really talked to him a lot about. And he said immediately, you guys, like the first thing he said was, I think it's a girl. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, I think it's a girl. And I don't know if he said that because he has a little brother, so he's like kind of maybe hoping for like a little sister or whatever. But he said, yeah, I think it's a girl, and I think we should name her Cara, which I thought was really cute. And I asked him, yeah, well, what if it's a boy? Like, you know, would you be excited? And he said, yeah, I think so. And I said, well, what would you want to name like your little brother? And he said, I would want to name him Julian. So those are the names that Quincy picked out for the baby. Tell me what you guys think about those names. I think they're pretty cute. And I'm like, where did you come up with this? But yeah, you guys, he reacted. It was really sweet and cute. But also, I mean, if you guys have a 7-year-old, you understand. It's like, kind of like, okay, bye. Like, it just was a quick moment. He was happy, he's excited, but he forgets about it quick. And, you know, I just think he's just at a weird, he's just at the age where it was a sweet moment, and I of course teared up and everything, and it was just emotional all the way around. I don't know how else to explain it other than just emotional. I think it was harder for me than anyone. Derek was like, why are you crying? Because I was like not sad to tell him, because of course I'm so excited for this baby, but he's just been my only child for 7 years, and I don't ever, I'm getting emotional. I don't ever want him to think that, you know, I'll ever love another baby as much as I loved him, I love him, because you know, I don't know. There's just a place in your heart always for your firstborn child, and I just worry a lot about how he feels, and it's already a lot for him, and he's gone through so much going back and forth between, you know, sharing time with me and his dad, and it's hard for him. And so it's just, I have a lot of mom guilt, I guess you could say, about a lot of different things, and I just wanted to make sure that I was doing the right thing and telling him the right way. And I gave him a book that talks about being a big brother, because I kind of feel like with his little brother, he didn't really get that like informational side of things. So I wanted to talk to him and give him that. So it talks about like changing diapers and helping mommy and stuff like that. So it was kind of funny. He was like, ew, heck no. So yeah, it was emotional, and it was great. And it honestly, you guys, it only lasted maybe like 5 minutes. So I'm glad we didn't film it, because it was just a nice little family moment. And also, I just wasn't sure how he or I was going to react, and I was more emotional than him, of course. So but he's really excited, and he doesn't necessarily talk about it too much, but he did tell me like 2 nights ago, he was like, Mommy, I just really don't want you to be sick anymore, because, you know, he hears me now, he understands. I told him, like, you know, I'm feeling sick because the baby is taking all of the good stuff from mommy, so it's making mommy not feel the best. So he kind of understands that, and he was like, oh, I just really don't want you to be sick anymore, Mommy. And I was like, oh, I know, baby, but it'll be over soon, I promise. And so he was worried about that too. And he doesn't necessarily ask about it often, like I said, but he will randomly say like little things and talk about like his baby brother or baby sister's room and what he wants to do to help me like decorate and stuff like that. So it's really cute, and I'm really excited. And yeah, it's such a big age gap. I mean, there's 7 years, they're going to be 8 years apart. So almost 8. So yeah, it's like, that's a really big age gap. And I don't know. So maybe, I know a lot of you guys have commented on my videos and saying like, I have a 7-year-old and I'm also pregnant. So maybe you guys can tell me your stories and how you guys felt, and if you guys were emotional, in the comments, and share with me your side of things, because I would love to hear it. I also wanted to tell you guys, I get this question a lot in like some of my videos. I have been like reading all of your comments, and I want to tell you guys, first of all, how lucky I feel to have all of you guys supporting me through this pregnancy, because I've gotten so much love, especially on my last video. Like I was like tearing up reading the comments, because you guys are so emotionally invested, and I'm so emotionally invested, and you guys too. And I just feel so lucky to have you guys like supporting me through this, and how happy you guys are for us, and how hard, you know, we've tried and stuff like that. So it feels really good. So I just want to say thank you, first of all. But I have gotten a lot of questions about my birth of my son. So I wanted to tell you guys my birth story of him in a nutshell, I guess. So I was 20 when I got pregnant, and then 21 when I had my son. So I was pretty young. I wasn't active before I had him. I think I told you guys, sorry, I just ate pancakes. I think I told you guys in another video, I wasn't active at all before. I actually started working out during my pregnancy, which is not something that you're supposed to do at all. So, but I didn't know. So I was like, you know what? I need to like get in shape and whatever. I don't know what like encouraged me to do that, but I did. And I didn't do anything crazy. I just was doing like, you know, a lot of cardio. I would walk a mile to 5 miles every single day. I would make myself do that. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I think that's what made my labor the way it was. So I encourage you guys, if you guys are pregnant, to move and, you know, like get your body moving. So I basically remember I was laying down in bed. I was due on September 27th, which is my son's birthday. So I had him on his due date. I was trying to induce labor for like 3 days before that, because I was just like, oh my God, you guys all know when you get to that point, you're like, get out. And it was really hot. I lived in North Carolina and I was just miserable. So I was by myself for 99% of my pregnancy. And during this time, my best friend at the time and my biological mom and I were on good terms at the time. And she came and my best friend came. My biological mom, as you guys know, referred to other videos, and I are not close. We really have never been. There's been periods of time where I've tried to include her in my life, but she just has a lot of mental issues, so it's hard to stick around for that. But she, I think, kind of induced my labor because she had an episode the night that I went into labor. And so she had like a bipolar episode where she freaked out and was like yelling around my tiny like little apartment. And you guys, I literally had like lawn chairs in there as furniture. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but so it's crazy for me to be sitting in like a walk-in closet talking to you guys, because I was like sitting on like a lawn chair. Like it's crazy to me. But anyway, she had this episode. I went to sleep and I had a dream about like a really loud noise. So I woke up and I swear it was like a pop in my dream. And I looked down and I was like, oh my God, did I just pee my pants? But my water broke, obviously. So I stood up and I was like, oh yeah, like my water's definitely breaking. And when I realized it, I was like, oh shit, like, am I ready for this? And my best friend was sleeping outside on the couch, I remember. And then my mom was sleeping like in the floor in a room. And I just was like, okay, like I remember yelling, like, I think it's time. Like, I think we got to go to the hospital. I didn't have any contractions or anything like that. My water just broke. So I had a moment where I was like, oh my God. And I think I cried actually. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready, but that lasted like 2 minutes. And I was like, okay, let's do this. So I remember getting in the car and driving to the hospital. This was in early morning, like super early. It was still dark outside. And we drove to the hospital and my water was breaking like all over the hospital floor, you guys. I like was waddling in, and the water trail was just like right behind me. And long story short, I got there. My labor was extremely easy. And I don't know if it's because I was active and walked a lot and did a lot of cardio and stuff like that. But I'm guessing it was, I don't know. It was just, and also maybe my age, I'm not sure. But I just had such an easy labor, and I'm praying that this is the same way and all of that, because I had such a good experience. Like I would literally give birth to 100 mamas that can't have babies or whatever if I could, because if every birth was like that, because it was just so easy. I walked in. I actually had a doctor that was in training deliver my baby. They asked me if it was okay, and I was like, yeah, I don't care. I did get an epidural, so I got there early enough. It was just like textbook good labor. Like my water broke, went to the hospital in time, got an epidural. The epidural, the only thing that was a little wonky was they put the epidural in, like, they gave me the highest dosage first instead of the lowest. So I was like, so I felt good. I think I talked about that in another video too. But I kind of like came up from that like weird thing, a feeling of getting this epidural, and it was time to push. So I don't remember like really having like intense amounts of like pain during my contractions, probably because of the epidural. But I do remember, there was a point when I was pushing that I looked at my best friend and I was like, I can't do this. I don't think I can do this. And I was like, this is really hard. I wasn't even crying. I was just like, this is really hard. And so that was that part I remember. And I think that part was pretty hard for me. But I only pushed for like 20 minutes. I was really only in labor for like 45 minutes to an hour. And it was so beautiful. And I remember the first thing I said was, oh God, this is hard because I'm gonna cry. The first thing I said was, he's like perfect, because he is. And there's just no other feeling like that, in the world. So you guys know, if you have given birth or seen a birth or whatever, it's just the most beautiful thing in the world. So I remember them laying him on my chest, and those were my first words, was he's so perfect. And yeah, he is. So I'm hoping that my labor is, I'm so emotional. It's the baby. I'm hoping that my labor is as easy this time as it was with QQ, because it was such a great experience. So yeah, tell me your guys' tips and tricks for having like an easy and smooth labor, or what helped you guys in labor, and your experiences with labor and stuff like that. If you had a similar experience, or even, not so similar, I would love to hear your birth stories too in the comments. Yeah, so I wanted to share that with you guys, that special moment with me and my son. Nothing will ever compare to that. Of course, I love this baby just as much as I love my son. And this is a miracle baby, like legitimately a miracle, like a miracle child. So, of course, this is a very different situation. And I feel like I have so much support. And I have a partner who's like here for me and goes to every doctor appointment with me. And that in itself is like weird and different for me, because I never had that before. So I just feel really blessed in that, especially my support. So I'm really excited for that moment with Derek, and I can't wait to bring you guys along and all of that. I will definitely be filming, during our hospital stay and stuff like that. So pray for me, you guys, that I have an easy delivery again, like I did with my son QQ. So I just wanted to share that with you and tell you guys how much I love you all, and how beautiful and amazing your support and comments have been. And I can't wait to show you guys the rest of my new house. So stay tuned. I also feel like my bump, you guys can't really see it. I'm wearing like really big, geez, my leggings are about to pop. I'm wearing big like maternity-ish leggings right now. I want to show you guys my bump, but I want that to be a separate video. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys probably see me in like a couple pictures that I post on my story sometimes, and you can kind of see it. Like last night, you could definitely tell I was wearing kind of like a tighter dress, and you could tell that she or he was popping. So, or them. So, yeah, so I want to show you guys my bump, but in a different video, so you guys can really get like a good feel of it. And it's not that big yet. I feel like it only really like pops out when I'm eating a lot or whatever. So, and last night I did go to dinner. So, this morning I ate pancakes, like I told you before. I have been craving like French toast lately, which is weird, and pancakes. So that's been my fave. So let me know what else you guys want to see from me as far as baby stuff goes. And I'm sorry that I couldn't show you guys, Quincy's reaction to us being pregnant and him having another little brother or a little sister coming. But I hope you guys understand why. And I'm sure if you're a parent, or even if you're not, you can kind of understand, you want to keep that moment special and genuine and real. So, and I wasn't sure how the reaction was going to be from any of us. So I'm really pleased to say that he is like excited and happy. He's so loved, and he is going to be the best big brother in the whole world. So I love you guys so much, and until next time.